Hey, hello, it's Glenn Tobias from The Return of Man, and we are ready for day 4 of finding your leadership rhythm. So we've talked about leaders love individuals, leaders are effective, leaders are action-oriented, and today I want to talk to you about leaders being dedicated to the mission. So this is again, quick point, all of these characteristics we're going to talk about are all able to be developed by you. All of the true characteristics, the essential fundamental characteristics of leaders, can all be developed by anyone. Again, some people will be better than others. Go back and listen to the very first intro video when we talk about that concept. But you got to know what the mission is. And the mission's got to be clearly defined. We'll get back to that another time. What leaders do is they either remain or they take a dedicated time, a specific time out of their calendar on a regular basis to make sure that they get above the fray and can look at the big picture. Are we on the right track? Now, I talk to people all the time about, and I don't know why I always use the example, but let's just use the example of Chicago. We're in Northern Virginia right now, and if you were heading for Chicago, you would first map out the trip. Chicago is our aim. That's where we want to get to. But once we start doing that, all we have to do is say, I have to take exit such and such off of the Beltway and get on 270, or whatever the case might be. We don't worry about getting to Chicago. On a daily basis, we're worried about, did I pass the correct exit, or am I yet to get to it? How much longer to the correct exit? Do I have enough gas? Do I have the resources I need to get to the next exit? And then I'll figure from there. If I just take the right turns at the right time along the way, I'm going to end up in Chicago. That's unavoidable. I can't help but get where I'm trying to get. But it helps every now and then to stop and say, let's just double check and make sure that we haven't taken a wrong turn, especially if you're not doing GPS, if you're looking at a paper map. But even then, you can enter information into a GPS incorrectly. In fact, a guy just came to our home tonight. My wife was selling something, and she posted it on a local, one of these neighborhood forum things, and she was selling some wine glasses that she had come across at a friend's home, and the friend wanted to get rid of them. So she was doing this as a favor for this friend. So she's selling these wine glasses. This man got to our house, but he had gone to another house inadvertently first about 5 miles away that had a similar sounding name to its street, but not the exact same. And he goes, I noticed later that I had plugged in your house address, but it sort of had fallen out or defaulted, or somehow it picked up another similar name, and I tapped on that one, and I took off following the GPS. There's a perfect example. If he had, not in this case, not that it mattered much, it's 5 miles away, but if it was a longer trip, if he had wanted to stop at some point and say, let me just double check. Let me stop and check and make sure that I am indeed on the right track. So very crucial every now and then to say, let me get away from the fray, get up high, get a high level view. Are we going in the right direction? Now the problem is a lot of people think they're being leaders and they stay real busy. And actually busyness is not always the best thing. This goes back to day 2 of these lessons. Being effective is what matters. It's not efficiency. It's not how busy you are. It's not if you're running around, I'm going to outwork everybody. That's not the point. The point is for you to make sure that your team's efforts, or your family, or your congregation, your business, whatever it might be, your platoon, your squadron, whatever it is you're leading, you want to make sure that they are on track to accomplish the mission that they set out to accomplish. Okay, so that's a crucial, very, very important point. So remember, leaders are dedicated to the success of the mission. They're not necessarily dedicated to just being busy. And if busy at any given moment is what is needed to stay on track to be successful, then get busy. But sometimes a leader has to step away and make sure everybody else is on the right track. Dr. Isaiah Hankel, young man who's written a very encouraging book about courage and Have the Courage of a Lion, Live Like a Lion. I don't remember the title right now, but his last name is Hankel, Dr. Isaiah Hankel. One of the things he says is, hard work doesn't do you much good if you're working against yourself. So you always want to stay focused on dedication to the success of the mission, which means you have to know what that mission is. It's got to be very clearly defined. So that's day 4. See you back here tomorrow for day 5. We're going to look at another E. So we've been through LEAD, and we're going all the way through leadership in this first module, which is the 10 characteristics of leaders, following the acrostic of leadership. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. This is Glenn Tobias from The Return of Man. See you soon. Bye.